Choose your mental health and choose your happiness over what you think other people will be proud to see you doing. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel for anyone who's returning, and welcome for anyone who is new. I'm sorry about my background. I don't have blinds for my curtains. Oh my gosh, I don't have curtains for my blinds, only because I didn't expect to still be at my current place, but life is rough right now, as I'm sure it is for everyone, and so I'm sorry. So let me just start over and say that this video today is just gonna be me talking about why I feel like you don't always have to turn your hobby into a job, and my experience with trying to turn something that I enjoy just doing sometimes into something that I had to do to survive. It's pretty crazy to think about, but I am not trying to discourage anyone who wants to do it, because a lot of people are successful at turning their passion into a full-time job or their career. But I know that for other people like me, you can be passionate about something, but you may not be able to help in the way that you may have initially thought you can help. And so that's why I made this video. So don't focus on my hair or my background, just focus on what I'm saying and the points that I'm trying to make. I think that turning your hobby into something that is full-time, it takes a lot of strength, because any entrepreneur will tell you that working for yourself is not easy to do, especially when you are not at like a millionaire level, because you can do really well. Not to say you can't do well and not be a millionaire. There's a difference to me between people who will build generational wealth when they are able to become really successful from doing something that they love, and then you have people who just live normal lives, and you know, they may not struggle as much, they may struggle here and there instead, but they're doing what they love. And honestly, I feel like that is so amazing to do, especially when you have the support system. I know for me personally, I've never had a solid support system because my family didn't have much for themselves, so there wasn't much that they could do for me, and that to me was okay. I personally feel that when you do turn your passion into work, you have to approach it from, oh, I can do it when I choose to, versus I have to do this every single day if I'm gonna pay my rent, pay my bills, you know, feed myself if you have a family. All those things you have to take into account, and it kind of takes the fun out of it. When I think about doing hobbies, like I like painting, I would not try to turn my paintings or artwork into a business, just because for me, I find it to be very therapeutic. I can let whatever I'm feeling out, and that's all. I feel like nowadays everyone is taught to believe that if you're not doing something, you're a failure or you're unsuccessful, and that's the type of mindset that I want to get out of my head. So anyone else who feels this way, choose your mental health and choose your happiness over what you think other people will be proud to see you doing. So it may sound good to say, oh yeah, like I am good at drawing, so now I'm selling these drawings. But it's just like, when you go into any type of business, you need to have a financial plan. Just jumping into it, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But if you are not someone that is used to structure, then you will have to get used to it. You would need to plan it out. It would no longer be, oh, today I want to make a necklace. It will literally be, wow, maybe you only had the energy today to make one necklace, but now you have to make 10 because you have orders. The next point that I want to get into, and I hope my first point made sense in me saying that once you take that passion and that the dynamic out of having a hobby, which for some people, I know people love their hobbies. Like I know, like with some of my friends that game, like one of my friends, he has a Twitch, so he streams and everything in addition to working full time. But you know, it's really hard putting something that was personal to you, no matter what it is, because you know, when you put it on social media or these different websites, people always have something to say, and it's not easy to hear it. And that takes me to my next point. My next point is just about how I've seen this with a lot of people that I know that do create art or music or anything else. Opening yourself up for people to say to you, like, this is ugly, like who would buy that, like I can't stand it. It's not easy for anyone to hear that. And I just personally feel like we live in this this society now, or this culture of people feeling that they have to add their opinion. And when I say add their opinion, it could literally be anything. So like today I messed my brows up, whatever, like I'm just tired, right? But as I post this video, at any moment somebody could comment and be like, look at the what's that?
Look at the
big braid. It's bad, but I'm still putting myself out here to be critiqued. So I do think that if you are someone who wants to turn whatever you're passionate about into an actual job, just be confident in the fact that you always have room to grow. And there's nothing wrong with getting critiques or feedback from people, because people can look at it from a different perspective than when you filmed it or than when you decided to put a look together. And I don't know, I like when people tell me how they feel, or you know, people try to have a conversation about it, because I like to post so that conversation can happen. Because a lot of miscommunications come from the simple fact that people are afraid to have conversations. And anyone who is watching this, please do not sit here and tell me that you have never had a situation where you knew you had to have a conversation, whether you put it off for a day, a week, a month, a year, whatever. We have all been avoidant of having a conversation because we don't like how it feels. But sometimes when you put yourself out there and you do ask, it's really not that bad. And you're like, wow, life goes on. Like I can just keep moving. So I just want to make that point also. So I really don't like when people say that passion doesn't always pay the bills, because I kind of want to rephrase like the mindset around your passion not paying your bills, because anyone who is not able to just up and quit their full-time job to pursue their passions, which, say for example, I am working as a waitress in a small town somewhere, but maybe I could sing like Aretha. We don't know. So an example that I want to use is just like how people can be talented, but also some people are just lucky. If I was this young woman and I could sing like Aretha Franklin, but I'm living in a small town as a waitress, I don't have the money to record and put myself out there. And yes, I know we have YouTube, we have TikTok, where people are easily able to obtain success, but then you have to start thinking about how if you still live somewhere rural, you might not have the type of Wi-Fi that someone like me, I live in DC. I think it would be easier, you know, for me if I was a singer to pursue things here, because I can be posting, oh my gosh, I'm in a city, like who does what. So I think that I see both sides. I think that you should definitely find a job. Now, I ain't saying it needs to be anything hard. If you find something that is simple and easy and it fits you and you don't have to overwork, and you can find that flexibility to just work on your passion, it can most definitely turn into a full-time thing. I think now that we are in this digital age, or like social media entrepreneurship age, it's easier for people to pursue their dreams. But also, it's really hard to pursue anything that you want to do. I say that it's hard to do anything that you want to do because when you think about the whole experience of going to work, which it sounds painful to even think about in this day and time because of the pandemic, but if you think about the before period, when you have to get up in the morning, try to make sure you eat, get to work, however that is. So for me, I don't drive, so I'm on Metro because, Uber. It's just, I don't think that people who pursue creative work full time are taken seriously at all. And just the things that people have to stress through but still continue to work through is ridiculous. So if you pile on a regular job and you trying to turn your passion into your regular job, of course it's not gonna be easy. You have to be so determined. You have to be so strong and organized and just prepared for all of it. And I don't know, I just think that there should be more systems in place to support people so that they can do what they want. I've had a lot of people tell me not to pursue YouTube or I have to go soon, but a quick little background, I'll just share my next clip. So anyone who knows me in real life knows I used to braid hair. I was decent at it. I grew up learning how to braid. And I kept being told, well, you like braiding people's hair so much, why don't, make it a side hustle? Honestly, because I was passionate about it, at first I was not really charging people anything. And as I continued to improve and get better, and I wanted to budge on pricing and things like that, people did not respect it at all. Like, people would curse me out, or they would tell me how I shouldn't be changing my prices on them. Like, what? If you do too much of anything, you may not enjoy it, but it's also dependent on your hobby. When I went from braiding people's hair here and there for free, for fun, it was cool. But when it came to actually having to deal with people's attitudes on a business front, it was just very uncomfortable and very infuriating, because people felt like they could make or break me in being my customer or not being my client. I meant to say client. And so I had most recently, finally, like after years of back and forth, people would message me here and there, but I permanently deleted my braiding page, and I don't regret it. Like, I have carpal tunnel, so I just, as you can see, I barely want to do my own hair, so let alone braid. Braiding is so painful. And I work full time as a program coordinator, so I'm always typing and I'm always cooking, cleaning, etc. So it's just like my little arms and my wrists. I'm done. Like, I'm too old. But when the option of it being a choice was taken away from me, and it was really my job, like, because I was a braiding assistant for a couple of months, and then I was braiding on my own for a few years. When that switch happened, I was not happy, because I, for one, am not a fan of capitalism. So I say I'm not a fan of capitalism because people really tend to think, especially Black people, I used to wonder why people would say like, oh, I'm not going to be a slave. I won't be a slave. And I'm like, what do you mean you won't be a slave? I totally get it now. This whole like ideology of I need to eat, sleep, and breathe, work. Like, all I need to do is work. If I just do all this work, I'm just going to be a millionaire like that. Like, y'all really have to be serious about the people that you look up to and their actual journey, and who was there to support them, who was there to get them these deals and, you know, these connections. Like, you don't really ever know who people are connected to when it comes to celebrities in the entertainment industry. You really would never have any idea unless they post. You wouldn't know. So I need people to really just start, we have to be like a little bit more present, especially because they want to move us into this life of being inside, right? Of being online, of being in a virtual reality. We need to really be present and aware of our reality. And we also need to choose the life that we actually want for ourselves, not a life that someone else has told us we have to have. And I've been living a life of what society thinks I need to do, what my family thinks I need to do, what I thought people thought I needed to do. It's just like, girl, it's not, you don't. So I think that if you want to turn your passion into a job, it is possible, but you really have to be willing and determined and certain. And I feel like people who know for sure what they want to do with their lives are amazing. I'm not one of those people. I know that I'm good at multiple things. I think that you should pick something that comes easy to you and that is easy to make money. Because I was braiding, 12 to 14 plus hours as a braiding assistant, making $50. Or if I was braiding people's hair, I'm braiding your hair down past your butt, but I'm only charging you $150 and I'm including the hair. So if you want to turn whatever you're passionate about into capital, make sure that you stand strong in your prices and that you think about the amount of experience you have, the hours it takes just to make one single product or to update one component of your business. And you fight for customers or clients that respect that don't say, oh, well, I can go here. I can, I thought I would get that. No, it's none of that. If they truly support you, they'll support you. And that's all there really is to it. I really have to go because I have a meeting in 30 minutes, but I hope that you all enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye.